thanks for joining me today on another episode of Slick Vic Film Talk. If this is your first time watching this show, what I talk about here are movies. Movies that have been out, movies that are coming out, anything that has to do with film, actors, directors, trailers, I'm going to discuss. And yes, I know that there's a K in Slick. I purposely took it out. So let's get started. Blade Runner 2049 came out this past weekend. I saw it, and my review will be up on it soon. I'm just still dissecting the movie in my mind so I can give a proper review to it. But the disappointing thing about this movie was the performance in the box office. It only made around 31 million opening weekend, and it's not doing very well overseas either. So, taking into consideration that the movie's budget was around 200 million. That's not good at all. And I think it kills any momentum if they were planning a sequel eventually. It might not happen. And if it does, it'll probably happen in another 35 years. So that's kind of disappointing. Um, I'm not saying the movie leaves it open to sequel. I don't want to give any spoilers away. I'm just saying because they can make a sequel out of anything nowadays. If they were planning to, they might definitely put it off for sure because the performance this weekend just wasn't great. So I'm hoping word of mouth of this movie gets people to go see it because whether you like the movie or not, whether everyone's gonna have their own opinion because this is gonna be very divisive, especially just like the first one, really, because it's the movie definitely is a thinking movie, a thinking man's movie. So, but I'm hoping word of mouth does make people go and see the movie because it is a movie going experience for sure. I saw this in IMAX and it blew my mind. Um, the movie is visually stunning above all else. So I mean, it's just it's a shame that it might not get the opportunity to tell further stories if they want to go forward with that. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so apparently James Cameron is finally getting the rights back for the Terminator franchise. And what he wants to do is not direct it, but he wants to produce a new trilogy that will ignore the events of any of the Terminator films that came out after Terminator 2. And Lena Hamilton is coming back to reprise her role as Sarah Connor. And Arnold Schwarzenegger will be back. I'm pretty sure as well. Look, I don't know, guys. It does. It is good news that James Cameron is going to kind of lead the way when it comes to making Terminator movies. The franchise that he started. But I think at this point, I'm not crazy about seeing another Terminator movie, man. I think they've killed the franchise to death, and I just wish they'd wait like maybe 10 or 15 years when everyone's just forgotten the stink of anything after 2. I didn't think part 3 was too bad, but yeah, whatever. Everything after 2 and I don't know. I think at this point if he's going to do that, if Cameron plans to because he's planning to start the filming or movies to be released the first one in 2019. If he's planning to do this, I think it's just going to confuse a lot of people because Terminator Genesis came out about 2 years ago. It's still pretty fresh in people's minds, and I just don't. I think regular movie goers are going to be confused by wait, what timeline is this? What's going on? What do I have to ignore? I just think it's a bad idea. Um, who knows? It could work, but I'm not that excited about this. So um, I am happy that Linda Hamilton is coming back. I mean, that is kind of cool, but I kind of think it's desperate. They're just bringing back uh, old characters to try to reignite the franchise that's pretty much dead. But well, hey, we'll see. I'll give it a shot. Why not? No, Apparently, Tyrese Gibson and Dwayne the Rock Johnson are feuding on Twitter. More Tyrese than Dwayne, but Tyrese is upset because Dwayne is apparently doing his own spin-off movie based on his character from the Fast and the Furious franchise, and because of that, uh, Tyrese feels that he is delaying Fast and Furious 9 to be filmed, and he feels that the Rock is basically separating the Fast and Furious family by doing this. I think it's a little dramatic. I don't think The Rock doing his own separate movie from the Fast and Furious franchise based on his character that's in the Fast and Furious is a big deal. I don't see why they can't do both. I'm pretty sure both will make a lot of money. Maybe Tyrese feels a little insecure that Rock is kind of stealing the limelight from the Fast and Furious, and eventually, they just people will just stop watching Fast and Furious. Um, Look, I think that the Fast and Furious franchise needs a break. I think it's gone way above crazy. I mean, the first movie started out as just a drag race movie, basically a Point Break, 1991 with Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves. Same plot, but the same concept. It wasn't that complicated, but now the franchise has gone way and beyond silly. Um, I'm not sure what the plot is going to be for Fast and Furious 9 once they make it. They go to space. I'm not sure, but it needs a break. I need a break from it. I know it makes a lot of money, but it's just ridiculous. I'm sorry. It's gone to the level of Transformers stupid, and that's nowhere you want to be in a film franchise. Is Transformers stupid? So yeah, man. I think Fast and Furious, the franchise, could use a break. So I think Tyrese is just being a little too sensitive, and I think he'll be okay. I really do. He'll be okay. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, The Last Jedi trailer premiered last night, the second trailer, and I did a reaction video to it. Please check it out on my channel. But it was amazing, beyond my expectations of what I thought I was going to see. And they also premiered the poster, which is probably one of the best Star Wars posters I've ever seen as well. It's a thing of beauty. So, about the trailer, I want to talk a little more about it because after seeing it a couple of times, you catch things and you start analyzing, what could this mean and whatnot. But yes, first off, let's talk about uh, Luke because it really seems that he's really freaked out with Rey, and there is a line where he says that he has seen this kind of what is that he said? He has seen this kind of force. I'm sorry, I can't think of the word what he said. Uh, anyway, it's along the lines of he's seen this kind of sheer power before in a person, and he wasn't afraid of it before, but he is now. And I'm thinking in my head, does he mean Vader? Because in Empire, Yoda was telling him, he was telling Yoda, he's not afraid, and Yoda's telling him, you will be. Does that mean that that's the time when he wasn't afraid? Now he is, because when he did fight Vader in Empire, he got his ass kicked. Um, I don't know if that's what he meant, or did he mean that when he was training the Jedi's, when he had the Jedi Temple and he was training them, if he meant whoever burned it down to the ground and kind of made him go all to his solitude, and that's what he meant. Um, I don't know. If I had to guess, I'm thinking, I'm thinking he probably means Kylo when things went all bad when he was training Ben Solo. So I think that's what he means. I can't be certain, But if I'm going in my mind, I think that's where I'm going at. Yeah. Second, let's talk about Kylo. Kylo, to me, looks like he's still fighting within himself. I don't think killing his dad, spoiler if you haven't seen The Force Awakens, killing Han Solo, his father, has turned him all the way to the dark side as much as he wanted to. There's a very powerful scene in the trailer where he's shooting down the rebels in space in his ship, and he looks like a pretty damn good pilot too, by the way. And it looks like he's heading towards where his mom's at, and he's about to shoot it down. It was tense. I think that was part of the most tense part in the trailer. I literally was just, and that freaked me out. And I don't know. The trailer seemed to suggest that maybe he's still on the fence. So his character could go either way. It really can. I'm not sure. And then with Ray, that's another thing too. It would be kind of cliche if she was to turn to the dark side, because I think at one point everyone's just going. All the speculations are out there. Every theory you could find on whether or not she's gonna turn bad at the end or whether she's gonna stay good. If Kyle's gonna turn good, but the trailer suggests almost that she might turn. There's a shot at the end where she's saying, I need someone to show me my place in all this, and it shoots, cuts to Kylo, and he's holding out his hand. I'm pretty sure it's a different scene altogether. You just edit it like that, but it's suggesting. I mean, it all could just make us. It could be all edited to make us feel that it's going a certain way, and then when we see it, no surprise, not what you thought at all. But you never know. Even Mark Hamill, Luke himself, in the trailer said this is not how you think it's gonna go. So I think that's important because this could be all this could be very misleading, but it's exciting to talk about for sure. Also, Finn and Phasma going at it was probably the best shot in the movie as far as pure like yeah, that was awesome. A lot of fans weren't happy with the way Phasma's character ended up in Force Awakens. They thought it was a missed opportunity that she didn't have a one-to-one battle with Finn, and I think they're making up for that. So yeah, yeah, it all looks great. The cinematography in this looks amazing. Ryan Johnson looks like he really outdid himself, and this is going to be something. I can't wait. I really can't. This is going to be an event, and I already have my tickets already. Going to see you with a bunch of people, family, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So, what did you guys think of the trailer? Please comment below. Let me know your thoughts on it. And that's about it. If you guys like my little segment show here, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will be back.